This morning, we're getting more information from bin Laden's journal, and we now know that he sent emails to other al-Qaeda
The United
figures,
States
even
has
though
conducted
his
an operation
Pakistan
that
hideout
killed
had no internet.
Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda.
Hello and welcome to this video on the life and legacy of Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden was a controversial figure in modern history, known as the mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks and for being the leader of the notorious terrorist organization Al-Qaeda. In this video, we will explore the life of Osama bin Laden, his rise to prominence, and his ultimate downfall. Osama bin Laden was born in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in 1957. He was the 17th of 52 children born to his father, who was a wealthy businessman in the construction industry. Bin Laden was raised in a strict Islamic household and was heavily influenced by the teachings of his father, who was a devout Muslim. In the 1980s, Osama bin Laden became involved in the Afghan resistance against the Soviet Union. He used his wealth to fund the Mujahideen, a group of Afghan rebels fighting against the Soviets. Bin Laden played a key role in organizing the resistance, and his efforts earned him the respect and admiration of many in the Muslim world. After the Soviet withdrawal from Afghanistan, bin Laden returned to Saudi Arabia and became increasingly critical of the Saudi government. He believed that the Saudi government was corrupt and had strayed from the teachings of Islam. In the early 1990s, bin Laden was expelled from Saudi Arabia and moved to Sudan, where he continued to build his organization, Al-Qaeda. On September 11, 2001, Al-Qaeda launched a series of coordinated attacks on the United States, killing nearly 3,000 people. Osama bin Laden was quickly identified as the mastermind behind the attacks, and the United States launched a massive manhunt to capture or kill him. It's important to note that there are controversial points of view regarding the events of 9/11. While the overwhelming majority of evidence points to Al-Qaeda, under the leadership of Osama bin Laden, being responsible for the attacks, there are some who question the official narrative. Some conspiracy theories suggest that the US government was involved in the attacks, or that the official story has been deliberately falsified. These theories often rely on selective use of evidence and logical fallacies, and have been widely debunked by experts and official investigations. It's important to approach controversial topics with critical thinking and an open mind, but also to consider the weight of evidence and the opinions of experts in the field. In the case of 9/11, while there may be differing opinions on the details of the events, the overwhelming evidence points to Al-Qaeda as being responsible for the attacks. After a decade-long manhunt, Osama bin Laden was finally located in a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, and was killed by US Navy SEALs on May 2, 2011. His death marked a major victory for the United States in the fight against terrorism, and his organization, Al-Qaeda, has been significantly weakened in the years since. Osama bin Laden's legacy is a controversial one. To some, he is a hero who fought against foreign aggression and sought to restore Islamic values in the Muslim world. To others, he is a terrorist who caused untold suffering and damage to innocent people. Regardless of how one views Osama bin Laden, there is no denying the impact he has had on the world. His actions have led to significant changes in international security policies and have shaped the course of world events over the past few decades. In conclusion, Osama bin Laden was a complex and controversial figure in modern history. While his actions were often reprehensible, there is no denying the impact he had on the world. His death marked a major victory for the United States in the fight against terrorism, but his legacy will continue to be debated and analyzed for years to come. Thank you for watching this video on the life and legacy of Osama bin Laden.